What's up, KFC crew and KFC Kings? This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll do my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys watch this full video all the way through before you connect with me the right way. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that red button, hit that like button, turn on notifications every time I premiere or go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's go over AEW Dynamite review and highlights. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show. That's all I gotta say. It was a good show for what it was because of that main event of itself. Anyway, we get a shot at the Blood and Guts cage hanging above the cage as AEW Dynamite starts. Taz is on commentary with Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. Alright, so we get the first match card. We get Orange Cassidy accompanied by Best Friends versus Ethan Page accompanied by Dan Lambert. This match was fine for what it was. Cassidy's new entrance music is Jane by Jefferson Starship, which he used on the ladies. Lambert cuts a promo on the fans and Best Friends as the heels comes to the ring and demands that Best Friends be banned from ringside. The referee obliged and sends Chuck Taylor and Trent to the back. Cassidy is coming off his match of the year. Candidate with Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door. Page attacks Cassidy immediately and takes him down and stumps him, but Orange Cassidy nips up and hits Page with a drop kick. Orange Cassidy leapfrogs Page and connects with a lucha arm drag, sending Page to the floor. Cassidy hits a tope suicide, knocking Page into the barricade. He throws Page back in the ring and connects with a flying crossbody for a 1 count. Page reverses a scoop slam into a power slam attempt, but Orange Cassidy shoves him into the corner and goes for the satellite DDT. Page blocks it and lays Cassidy out with a shoulder block. Page shoves Orange Cassidy's hand in his pocket and hits him with a series of right hands and a vertical suplex. Page kicks Orange Cassidy in the face, kicking him to the floor where Dan Lambert grabs an orange juice and taunts Orange Cassidy with it. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Orange Cassidy goes for a sunset flip, but Page blocks it and lifts him up into a roundhouse kick and a corkscrew brainbuster for 2. Page goes for the Eagle's Edge, but Orange Cassidy fights it off and breaks the hold, putting his hands in his pockets. Page hits an elbow smash, go for it again, but Orange Cassidy counters into a hurricanrana, sending Page into the turnbuckles. Orange Cassidy goes up top, but Dan Lambert grabs his leg as Page fakes an injury. Page crutch Orange Cassidy and press slams into a power slam for 2. Page goes for a brainbuster, but Orange Cassidy counters into the stun gun millionaire, followed by a satellite DDT for a near fall. Cassidy calls for the orange punch, but Dan Lambert gets on the apron, where Cassidy slaps him, but then grabs his orange juice and takes a swing. Page swings at Orange Cassidy, but he missed and eats the orange punch. Orange Cassidy spits the orange juice in Dan Lambert's face and hits a second orange punch, followed by a body slam for the pin. The winner of the match, Orange Cassidy. This match was fine for what it was. So we go to commercial break. Christian Cage comes into the stage and says he's been asked by AEW to apologize for his insensitive remarks last week, and says he has never apologized for anything. He says he's sorry that Jungle Boy entire family isn't dead, so they didn't have to see what he did to Jungle Boy. He changed his mind and says anyone in your family but your mom, and does the call me sign. Christian says that he's requested a match tonight, but not for himself. Luchasaurus comes out with his new music and a new dark look, including a black mask. So we get Luchasaurus accompanied by Christian Cage versus Sharpentinko. This match was quick. Luchasaurus takes Sharpentinko down with a headbutt and then puts Sharpentinko in a nerve hole, and he submits. The winner of the match, Luchasaurus. All right. It says that was a squash match, but squash that was a squash match. So it was what you expected. Luchasaurus new looks interesting, but that finish sucked. Luchasaurus turn makes no sense, but I will give them the benefit of the doubt to explain it all at some point. Christian promo was short this week, but just as unclear as last week. So Christian stops Luchasaurus from leaving and tells him to do more. So Luchasaurus chokeslams Sharpetico on the floor. Alright. In the back, Tony Schiavone interviews Scorpio Sky and Warlow. Scorpio Sky talks trash to Warlow, and Warlow says he's tired of taking and talking and tell him he can bring everything member of American top team, and he'll run through them just like he did the security guards. Sky says he'll defend the title against Warlow in a street fight next week. Don Hansen comes out and introduces his mystery partner for the next trios match, FTR. So we get Masscaster, the Gun Club, Austin, and Colton Club, accompanied by Billy Gunn versus Anthony Bowen versus Don Hansen and FTR. This tag team match was I'm gonna say this tag team match was pretty good. Pretty good tag team match. Cash and Austin start the match off with Gunn surprising Cash within arm drag. Gunn runs Cash over and then takes him down with a trip. Gunn charges at Wheeler but gets backdrop and then eats an atomic drop. Wheeler hits a arm drag and tags in Hardwood, who tossed Gunn into the corner and lights him up with some chops and a snap suplex followed by a leg drop. Don Hansen tags in and FTR hits a double drop to hold so that Don Hansen can hit an elbow drop for a 1 count. The heels work over Don Hansen over in their corner, but Don Hansen manages to hit a diving runner off the top and then connects with a series of hip toss on the other members of the gun club. Of the gun club. Boys seem only to eat a clothesline for Colton Gunn. Commercial break. The Gun Club continues to work over Don Hansen in their corner. Don Hansen managed to hit a suplex on Max Caster, but the Gun Club stops him from tagging out. Austin hits a dropkick for a 2, but FTR breaks up the pin attempt. Austin goes for a suplex, but Don Hansen escapes and tags Dax. Dax is a house of fire with strikes up for everyone. Cash comes in and FTR hits stereo rolling German suplexes on the Gun Club. Cash tosses Austin to the floor and hits a plancha on him as Dax hits 3 more rolling Germans. Dax and Colton botched what I think was supposed to be a swinging neckbreaker reversal. It looked like Colton just fell down. Don Hansen tag in and hits a pump kick and attempts the GTS, but Billy Gunn distracts the referee. Anthony Bones slides in the ring with the crotch and swings at Don Hansen, but he moves and Anthony Bones hits Gunn with it. Don Hansen pins Gunn for the win. The winner of the match, Don Hansen and FTR. This was a good tag. This match was pretty good. Pretty good tag team match. The Acclaim and the Gun Club started arguing, but Billy Gunn gets between them and shoves Austin Gunn down. Colton and Austin leads their day in the ring with the Acclaim. So we get Jay Lethal challenge Samoa Joe for a match for the TV title at ROH Death Before Dishonor. So we get the TBS Championship. Jerry Cargill, accompanied by Stokely Hathaway and Kira Hogan versus Leah Gray. This match was god awful. God awful match. Jay slams Gray as the match starts and puts the boot to her. Gray attempts a crossbody, but Jay catches her and hits a sack of you know what. Jay taunts the crowd, allowing Gray to war her up for a 1 count. Gray hits a series of elbows followed by a flying knee in the corner. She attempts a running bulldog, but Jay shoves her off and connects with a pump kick. She picks Gray up and hits Jay for the pin. The winner and still your TBS champion, Jay Corgill. This match was god awful. Jay gets on the microphone after the match and says she's tired of everyone in the back complaining and moaning and demands that Stokely Halfway finds her some real competition. Stokely says that Athena and Statlander aren't being overlooked. They're just lazy because they didn't accept Jay's challenge quick enough. Athena and Statlander run down and go after Jay and Kira Hogan. Stokely whispers to Gray, this is your chance as Athena go to the top, but Gray shoves her off the top. Gray helps the baddies beat down Statlander and Kira Hogan, but Jay seems annoying at the help, and the baddies leave her in the ring. Okay, commercial break. In the back, the Young Bucks says they are still unhappy despite being AEW Tag Team Champs. They being unhappy despite being AEW Tag Team Champs again. They talk about all their friends being hurt and they're now all along. Matt says the Forbidden Doors is still open because on Rampage they are going to face Yoshihashi and Haruki Goto on Rampage. If they win, they'll defend the titles against them. Jim Ross joins the announce team. Nyla Rose will face Tony Storm on Rampage, and there will be a two ring battle royal called the Royal Rampage. A video package highlight the history between Kingston's crew and BCC, and JAS is showing Dean Malenko even makes some comments about Jericho and Blood and Guts in the package. So we get the Blood and Guts match right here. So we get Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Daniel Garcia, Matt Minner, and Angelo Parker, accompanied by Tay Conti versus Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler, Yuta, John Moxley, Carlito Castano, Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, accompanied by William Regal. This main event was fantastic. I don't care what nobody say. This match was fantastic. And they tore the house down on this main event right here. This main event was this was a very good main event match right here. Um, um, Jericho Appreciation Society were wearing matching boy band style all red gear. For those not aware, Blood and Guts is virtually the actual war games match. There are two rings surrounded by a massive cage with a roof on top. Wrestlers will enter the match every 3 minutes, and the match cannot end until all 12 men are in. The only way to win is submit or surrender. The Jericho Appreciation Society has the man advantage due to Jericho's team winning at Forbidden Door on Sunday. Sammy Guevara and Claudio start the match off for the first 4 minutes period before staggering entrance will ensure. Sammy Guevara tried to leap over Claudio as he got in the second ring, but he trips over Claudio's head, and then Claudio backdrops him into the first ring. Claudio lays into Sammy Guerrero with a flying uppercut and chops, and then tosses him into the second rope. Sammy Guerrero tries to climb up the cage, but Claudio pulls him down and crushes him on the top rope. Claudio throws Sammy Guerrero into the ropes, but Sammy Guerrero springs to the top and then springs into the other ring to get away from Claudio. Claudio chases Sammy Guerrero and goes for a press slam, but Sammy Guerrero counters into a diamond cutter. Claudio trips Sammy Guerrero and starts the giant swing, but Daniel Garcia enters the match and goes after Claudio. Commercial break. Sammy Guerrero and Garcia spend the entire commercial break doubling Claudio. Finally, Yuta enters the match and hits a phenomenal forearm on Sammy, followed by a series of rolling German suplex on Garcia. Guerrero tries to stop him, but eats some German from Yuta as well. Claudio connects with a corkscrew uppercut to Sammy before Yuta drops him with a last suplex. Claudio chokes Garcia with his do-rag and slams him into the cage wall. The next man in the match is Jake Hager. He immediately catches Yuta in midair with a slam. Hager tosses Yuta in the ring in the other ring, and then he and Claudio lock eyes. Claudio and Jake Hager form a tag team partner, exchange punches before Claudio hits a springboard flying uppercut. Finally, the numbers game gets the better of BCC as the JAS guys triple team Claudio, and then Yuta managed to hit a massive dropkick on Hager, but the numbers game gets the better of them again. John Moxley is in next, and he brings a chair with him, tossing it at everyone. Moxley hits a release vertical suplex on Guerrero, and Claudio bulldogs Hager on the chair. Moxley rakes Garcia's face across the cage, links links as Yuta drops Toho Sammy into the chair. Moxley pulls out a fork and starts stabbing Garcia in the head with it, and Garcia is busted open already. Moxley holds Garcia as Yuta hits reverse bulldog off his shoulders. Claudio press slams Sammy Guerrero into a cutter from Moxley, and then Yuta hits a fall splash on Sammy. All three uh, um, BCC members grabs the JAS guys to start throwing elbows at their heads. The next man in the next man in is Angelo Parker, but when he realized the BCC saw him coming, he tried to get out, only for the cage door to be locked behind him. BCC circle Parker and finally catches him as he literally ran around the entire cage trying to get away from them. Claudio suplex Parker followed by a Mochoku driver from Yuta. They all take turns uppercutting Parker before attacking the others. JAS guys as well. Finally, the numbers game gets the better of BCC as JAS starts attacking them with a chair. With the chair, Jake Hager hits Claudio ankle with the chair and then chokes him with it. Ortiz enters the match enters the match and is throwing clotheslines at everyone. Commercial break. Moxley pours glass on the mat and pile drivers parking into it and use a shard of glass to slice Hager with it. Matt Menor enters the match with his own chair and starts hitting BCC members with it. The numbers game gives JAS the advantage as they beat down BCC. Sammy Guerrero suplexed Moxley onto a chair, and Moxley cuts from Sunday has been opened back up as Menor throws him into the cage wall and grates his head across it. Santana enters the match and brings a table with him along with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. Santana throws a bunch of suplexes, but it looks like he may have immediate legitimately blow out his knee on the last one. Moxley pulls pull out some screwers and stabs Minor with them. A C a CZW classic. Everything is just chaotic as everyone is fighting everyone. Jericho enters the ring and rings his bat, walloping everyone with it. Ortiz DDT Jericho and starts choking him with a chair until he eats the semi cutter from Guerrero. He said cutter from Sammy Guerrero. Claudio goes nuts and hitting big spots on everyone, including a massive pop up uppercut, but then walks right into a code breaker from Jericho. Kingston finally enters the match, and the match beyond begins as he kills everyone with a candlestick. Jericho tries to escape the cage, but the door is locked, and Kingston wears his you-know-what out with the candlestick. The lunatic then pulls out a bottle of rubbing alcohol, but Jake Hager and the other JAS guys attack him before he can pour it on Jericho. All hell breaks loose again with action all over the place. Yuta and Moxley hit a doomsday device on Parker, and then Kingston and Ortiz powerbomb Hager through a table. Yuta and Moxley pour attacks all over the ring, while Claudio pulls up the mat and canvas from the other ring. Moxley hits a release suplex and Minner onto the tacks. Sammy desperately hits a bunch of offense as he tries to get away from Claudio. BCC trying to slam him onto the exposed wood of the ring. There is a tiny opening between the cage and a pillar, which Parker tried to climb through and trying to climb through it to get away before Kinsey caught him and hung him upside down from the pillar. Okay, Jericho drags Moxley through the attacks and then puts him into the walls of Jericho on the attacks until Kingston throws a handful of attacks into his face. Tay Conti lands a fire extinguisher to Jericho. He sprays it in Kingston's face. Tay Conti knocks out a referee and takes the keys and unlocks the door until Ruby Soho runs out and attacks Tay Conti. They brawl to the back as Jericho escapes the cage and climbs to the top of it. Kingston follows Jericho to the top of the cage and starts biting and punching Jericho. He hits the back fist to the future. Guerrero climbs up the cage as Kingston threatens to throw Jericho off. Sammy Guerrero hits Kingston from behind, then starts slamming his head into the roof. Kingston low blows Sammy Guerrero and then throws him off the top of the cage through a sack of tables. Kingston and Jericho start punching each other again until Kingston starts biting Chris Jericho. Commercial break. Jericho puts Kingston in the walls of Jericho, but Claudio climbs up and kicks Jericho in the face. Claudio does the giant swing on Jericho on the top of the freaking cage. He goes to put him in the sharpshooter, but Minoru climbs up and attacks Claudio. Claudio trips Minor and puts him in the sharpshooter as Kingston has Jericho in the stretch plum. Menard submits and Kingston gets pissed off that the match ended. And the winner of the match, Blackpool Combat Club and AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Alright. Now I just want to say this now. AEW Dynamite was a good show. And that's all I gotta say. Because you know why AEW Dynamite is a good show? Look what happened in that main event match. Just look what happened in that main event match. That main event itself was the match of the night. I don't care what nobody say. That main event match was fantastic, and they tore the house down. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what your thoughts on AEW Dynamite tonight, because AEW Dynamite was a very good show because of that main event itself. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that red button, hit that like button, and share the video all over. Share the video everywhere with your friends and family. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I'll talk to you guys later. This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. KFG crew, KFG Kings, Too Sweet. We out of here, gang. And I will see you guys tomorrow live on YouTube. I will be going live on YouTube tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll see you guys live. And I'll see you guys live on YouTube tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later. KFG crew, KFG Kings, Too Sweet. We out of here, gang.